Welcome back, everyone. We're still in the land of magic, Rob. You'd be an elf, I think. You'd be an elven wizard.
Wizard?
Yeah, you'd be a wizard.
So, well, I mean, I guess as long as I get to put on my robe and wizard hat.
I guess so. I guess so. Nick, of course, is the centaur. Dan is the warlock. We've already covered all this. I guess I think
Nick
I'm
would
like.
have to be, well, I mean, I guess like physically or something, but I was thinking he's like an engineer, like a tinker. I don't
Who?
know, man.
Who?
I don't know. Nick?
No,
You're
no,
talking
he's
about, like
the
the
centaur.
helicopter? Oh no, that's Dan.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Anyways, guys,
Anyway.
we're jumping into
Any
game.
equivalent of nerd? Like, where are nerds in this area? You know what I mean? They didn't really have that back then.
Yeah.
So, engineer. Whatever. Game number 3 between Rain and Alive. Oh, yes.
Indeed. All right, Rob, why don't you introduce our players here?
Yep. One game away from taking this series and being tied for first in the group, depending on how the map scores end up working out. This is FnaticAlive. And his teammate and opponent also happens to be one game away in the series because that's what happens in a best of 3 when each of them have one win, playing as the Blue Terran, also from Team Fnatic, Rain.
All right, so last game, Rain actually just basically played better than his opponent. I mean, there wasn't really anything.
Well, not for the majority of the game, right?
Well, I mean, the
But
opening was just basically because build order. You know, he was going to.
Yeah, he had the Banshees over there. That was why he was behind. But
yeah.
he knew what to do to get back ahead, get back in it.
He was ultimately going to lose SCVs there, regardless of what he did. But he, like you said, he knew what to do to get back in it. So this map, Daybreak, if there's ever a map for an epic match to ensue, it's Daybreak. I mean, if you just look at it, it's very, very split. Destructible debris in the center of the map will just cause a lot of armies to go around this area as well as over here. And it leads to very, very long, drawn-out macro games. And it's why it's so beloved right now in our community. I believe this is one of the most popular maps voted on by Reddit and Team Liquid. But
well,
what
it's one of the
is
maps where
Rain
it most
doing here?
consistently, well, making sure that it does not become a late game, because I was just about to say people generally like it because it'll end up being lots of macro games. There's not tons of ridiculous, tricky things that'll happen. But, of course, Rain does what he wants.
There's two things, actually, that could happen right here. He could either go for Marauders with Concussive Shell, or he can go for a Reaper opening. And we will see in just a couple seconds what it is exactly going to be, as he needs to build the tech lab from that Rax first. And as soon as this scout occurs from Alive, he will know exactly what's going on when he sees nothing but that refinery in the main base.
He's got lots of gas. So I want to see if maybe he's going to build a factory and float it into his base.
No, Rob. Why would he do that?
I don't know, man.
I guess he could do that if he wanted to land some Hellions.
If you
or
hide
something like that.
reactor Hellions, I don't know.
Whoa, okay.
That's
so
a factory.
All right, Rob. I guess you could float it right here and land Hellions.
I mean, that's
but
the placing of the barracks makes it difficult. I actually think that he's probably going to just add on a reactor here, right? And sneakily get Hellions up there instead. Because then he just won't know where the reactored Hellions are.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You are a wizard.
Point. Bam.
You are actually a wizard, Rob, here.
And Alive still hasn't gotten around to scouting this. And of course he gets back to the watchtower and then checks up. Oh man, can the Marine finish it? Oh wow! And of course the SCV is not going to go down that scouting. No! Wow! A slight miscontrol by Rain, enabling him to get around and get all of that information. He does see it before the killing blow lands.
And the SCV,
oh wow!
He's switching it up.
Super secret.
Yeah, so he's going to go for a drop play here, getting 4 of these Hellions out, and he will be, of course, just dropping straight in. But there are 2 Marines now, and that is going to be really, really big because he lifted this Rax, Rob. 1 Marine does die for Alive, but he gets the return kill. The SCV had to fall. This is just turning into a crazy, crazy game.
Ooh, getting out another. Oh, that's, I don't know. Getting the SCV back over to that starport is going to be so crucial. Did he see this? He must have seen the starport building. Yes, 100%. That actually made no sense. Now he's got Hellions up here, and really we see that Alive doesn't have the front of his ramp blocked at all. And there is a bunker, though. I mean, I guess that if there's enough Hellions, he's going to be able to run by it. Now, intelligently, Alive is switching over to getting 3 more Raxes. Or, well, I guess still constructing 2 of them. And if he just gets enough units, really, Rain just doesn't have anything back at home.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, if he gets enough units out here, though, it's going to be very, very scary because right now there is one SCV just going into Scout, it looks like. But he can actually do somewhat of a contain here with these 3 Hellions.
Well, as long as his opponent only has Marines, the Hellions can just fry them as they come down the ramp until he reaches a critical mass. Now, Rain's staying up on his production of Hellions because he wants to have enough of those so that he's easily going to be able to float over there. Oh, landing the barracks. He's going to be able to see that as soon as that refinery finishes. Oh, man, even a little bit before, just because he's constructing it. Now he's bringing over 4 Hellions, and he's going to start Marine play. Oh, oh, he actually has a good opportunity here. As long as those Marines are chasing him, they are going to be slightly more lined up than usual. Now, he needs to continue the drop. He needs to bring in the other Hellions that he just loaded up right over there. He's waiting for 2 more to finish. He goes, he picks them up. But I think that maybe Alive has just killed too many of the Hellions that were already in the base. We'd seen it just controlled a little bit better from Rain. He could have had 8 Hellions in his opponent's base.
And this is a very aggressive play coming out of Rain here. Very unorthodox. You know, we mentioned this game is going to be very long and drawn out. Well, it is nothing like that at the moment here. 2 Marines are actually going over, and Rob, did he just get a huge, oh no, he has a pull, but a great block here from Alive, trapping those Hellions in and making sure these SCVs did not die. The Rax is getting very low, and with that, I think that the time that Rain really has to seize this moment is as well. The Rax is going to fall here. A Banshee is out though, but he does not have a cloak, and he lands the Hellion. The Banshee has 2 HP, but he's just got so many Marines here. So smart for Alive to just get these 4 racks and just constantly pump Marines, because with his control, he just can do so well here.
Yeah, and here we see Alive is put in a strange place. He was able to finish an orbital command, so he's going to have twice as many mules as Rain, so I guess the longer he holds on to that, the better. But right now, Rain doesn't even have enough production buildings. He lost his barracks. He doesn't have a way to spend all of those minerals that he has. He's even though he's got Reactor Factory and he has the ability to make Banshees, he's just not able to do it. And in comes yet another Banshee, taking 1 kill. There are a lot of Marines down there. If he micros this, he can actually just kill all of these Marines.
The Italians have met a dead end here. This is very, very interesting as he's getting repaired on these Banshees, though.
And over back in Rain's base, he has just started a command center in case the game continues much longer than he expects. He's also remaking his barracks over there.
Here are the 2 Banshees doing his best to control them against these Marines, going once again into the mineral line of Alive here. And got to be careful here. That 1 Banshee's getting very, very close to being finished off. But no, the Marines of Alive are on the other side, and he still will not earn a kill here onto those 2 Banshees. Rain is really doing some impressive stuff in this match.
Yeah, he's making nice use of the edge of the map. I mean, Banshees have, I think, one longer range than Marines. And so that means that they're able to kite them indefinitely with the way that their movement works. But if you actually just make it so that the Marines are playing out of range over an edge, and the Banshees are the only one that can reach, oh yeah. Oh, that.
I think, this is so ballsy what Alive is doing right now. So he's got to deal, he's actually just going to let that Banshee die, but all the SCVs have been pulled. Meanwhile, there are a bunch of Marines in the center of the map. Alive just does not have enough things to deal with. Oh, those SCVs are so low, and there's going to be a huge death blow. Whoa, no. Right now, 10 SCVs to the 29. I think Rain might have actually done it here, as he's going to be able to defend against this if he can get this bunker up and get units out. But he's building the tech lab. These Marines might be able to deal a whole lot of damage back at home in Rain's basement. Here comes once again another drop. These Marauders, though, are going to have something to say to these Hellions with that concussive shell.
Wow. Those are all going to die because of where those Marines already were when they were flying in. Now, those Marines at the front of Rain's base are going to deal a lot of damage. He doesn't really have very much producing over here. He has a single Marauder coming out and 1 Hellion. He's just trying to keep up with his supply because now he's going to be losing a supply depot at the front of his base, and that is 9 Marines up in his main. Oh, yes, the Hellions get there just in time and frying everything before Alive can claw his way back into this game.
And I don't really know how this game is going to end up. Over here we have a couple of Marines just sitting next to some mineral fields, guarding them to make sure. And Alive's actually also moving out, but he does not have any upgrades. I mean, these two unit producing structures are basically dead in the water, as he's only going to have Hellions to defend against. And if this transitions into a normal game, this has got to be the weirdest opening I think we've ever seen. No, Alive does not want to deal with this at all. He's just going to let these Hellions continue to be, as a Banshee is still in his main, doing some damage here, but with these Marines, he should be able to chase it off in due time.
Well. Alive is now pushing across the 7 map. It's in an act of desperation. He needs to be able to kill potentially that command center or just take out some of the production buildings. He's able to get in and fight Alive. Now that is a lot of Hellions. It doesn't matter how many units he has. He is pulling SCVs. He knows that if he wins this fight, there just is not much left that Alive can do in this match. And now the SCV's obviously doing their work. Wow, and Alive is forced to tap out. Rain takes it 2-1, taking away Alive's chances of winning the group.
So as far as I know, that does mean Parting wins Pool D, where there was a potential for a huge tie. So congratulations to Rain. You know, I actually just thought Alive was going to win that 2-0. I feel like, as of late, the better player's always been Alive.
Dude, Rain's got the tricks, man. He
really
went out, we were like, yeah, Daybreak, macro map, lots of stuff.
Yeah.
And then he just builds a proxy tech lab Stargate.
Proxy racks?
Or
Factory,
Starport. Yeah.
Starport Tech Lab.
Right, and he had, it was a comfortable walk up too, right?
Yeah.
You get the barracks, get out one Marine, you have time to add the reactor while the factory's building, and then you can move over and start the Starport, and he went in there initially too without cloak. He didn't actually need it.
Yeah, and the thing is that you can't leave your base to go deal with your opponent's base, because you do have to chew through at least one depot, but at the same time, if you leave, your opponent's just going to waltz into your main with those Banshees and take you out. So, wow, what a weird finish there at the end of day 2 here at the MLG Winter Championships. But Rob, I think there's still a game going on the main stage right now.
Yes, there is.
Not sure who that is, but I'm going to go watch that, Rob. It's been a pleasure here.
Oh, yes,
That's
it most
going to wrap up
has.
day 2 for the MLG Winter Championships. We will be back tomorrow morning for some more incredible action. Make sure to go check out the main stream for some more action right now. We will see you guys in just a little bit. I'm JP McDaniel.
And I'm Rob Simpson. Be sure to tune in for the rest of the night and bright and early tomorrow morning for Championship Sunday here at Major League Gaming Winter Championships. We'll see you tomorrow.